भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधवा अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधवा करुणासागर कालियनर्तन करुणासागर कालियनर्तन हे कृपा सिंधु कृष्णा हे कृपा सिंधु अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण विश्वरूपा विश्वाधारा विश्वेश्वर हे नारायण विश्वरूपा विश्वाधारा विश्वेश्वर हे नारायण भवभयहरणा दीनोद्धरणा भवभयहरणा दीनोद्धरणा हे दया सिन्धो कृष्णा हे दया सिन्धो अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण आदिमूला नारायण ॐ नमो नारायणाय 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So after having glorified the Lord by pointing to us the glory of the world, the glory of the functionings of the world, now the Rishi shifts our attention to our heart, saying that Bhagavan, whose glory is seen outside, whose vibhuti is seen in this world, that Bhagavan is available for direct experience. Where is he available? In our own heart. That is the one thing to be realized. So the example of bow and arrow is used. Dhanur grahitva Upanishadam mahastram sharam hyupasa nishitam sandhayita ayamyatad bhavagatena chetasa Akshyam tadevaksharam saumya vidhi. So what is the bow here? Pranavo dhanuhu. What is the shara, arrow? Sharo hyatma, our own mind. And what is the target? Brahmatal lakshyam uchyate apramattena vedhavyam. One must shoot the arrow. So we have seen all this comparison. So what kind of arrow should we have? What kind of mind? The arrow has to be sharp. That is the chitta ekagrata of the mind. The arrow has to be strong. That is the śravaṇa-manana done in the mind. A strong mind, educated mind. Arrow should be lightweight. What is it? Chitta shuddhi of the mind. Lighter the thing, it is able to go higher and higher. Heavier the thing, it goes down. So to understand the higher concepts, only a pure mind can do. So chitta shuddhi. Okay, then that arrow has to be placed onto that string. What is that placing? What is that placing? That Omkara, you chant and place your mind upon Omkara, the chanting aspect of it. And then you pull the string. What is that pulling the string? Pulling, withdrawing the mind from the world. And then you align that arrow to the target. What is that? Now bringing all those understanding about what that Om is. And what do? Release. What is that release? Arrow leaving the bow towards the target. What is that? Shifting your attention from the chanting to the meaning of that chanting. There is a shift in attention of the mind. That is a movement there. Then arrow reaching the target. What is it? You are experiencing. First it hits the target, then it drowns in the target. First hitting, you start getting an experience. In the beginning, you get a glimpse of that higher. And as you start enjoying It's an exponential series. As you enjoy the joy, mind start dropping the world perfectly. As you hold on to the higher, you start leaving the lower. Like how we climb the rope. First hold on to the high, then leave the low. So as the mind gets more and more experience of the bliss of the self, then wholeheartedly it drops the world. This is what should happen. But suppose our mind is not prepared, and then we are chanting, oh, what will happen? Neither there is chitta shuddhi, nor there is chitta ekagrata, nor has been done any study. So then, that arrow's condition will be like the arrow shot in our Balavihara class. Rama Ravana Yuddha. So he has a bow. String is also not good. Cardboard arrow. Instruction has been given already. See to the Ravana. Even if the arrow doesn't come, you have to fall dead. So Ravana is ready to die. He is not much bothered about the arrow. In fact, he is looking at the arrow. Where they are, he falls in front of that and he will. And this Rama, his arrow is not on the string also. String is pulled, but the arrow is still there. Even when the string is released, arrow straight goes and falls down. Even if it goes, it's a cardboard arrow. So that the tip also breaks. Sometimes it doesn't reach only. So this is our meditation. Okay, if the preparation is not done, this is what will happen. So that should not happen. Okay. So, the more and more your preparation is, the better will be your piercing the target, reaching the target. The quality of your meditation will improve with all these preparations. Chitta shuddhi, chitta ekagrata, study, right understanding, śravaṇa-manana. They are all the preparation for this. How to develop chitta shuddhi, that will be the topic of next section. Okay, that has not yet been told. So even if you are not able to intellectually understand what is being discussed, just wait. So now the instruction of the teacher is Tamevekam janatha atmanam. There is one thing, eva, this alone thing should be known. Anya vacho vimunchata. You should by heart all this. These are all the scoldings of the rishis to us. All scolding should be memorized. So that whenever the mind misbehaves, you have to scold the mind using the words of the rishis. Anya vacho vimunchata. Amritasya esha setuhu. This is the bridge to reach the world of immortality. Setuhu, bridge. You know, it's like what you call two banks of the river. You can't cross the river just like that. But if there is a bridge, that is the only way to cross. Assuming that this is something like shoreless ocean, you can't go anywhere. No boat can go there. Then this is the only bridge. So there is a bridge. There is something which connects the world of mortality to the world of immortality. There is a bridge. There is a way out. What is that bridge? Consciousness, awareness. That is a bridge. On following that consciousness, and you land up in the world of immortality. You may ignore it but you can't silence it. Choice is ours. There is all the possibility that it may be ignored. How do we ignore this consciousness? Being busy with what is seen in consciousness. Just seeing in consciousness, not only that. Having likes and dislikes towards things, beings and situations seen in consciousness. This is the problem. Because when you are stuck with what you see, you can't detach from what you see. Sticking is the problem. Seeing is not the problem. Don't get stuck with anything. Because that shifting of attention, suppose this arrow is stuck to that string itself, then what will happen? Even if you release, that arrow is still there. Sometimes it gets stuck, Same way, an object is seen. Meditation is all about paying attention to the observer of the scene. There is a shift in attention. That shift in attention is impossible if you are stuck with the scene. And how do you get stuck with the scene? Likes and dislikes. Yeshontascharate bahudha chintyamana. At the seat of meditation, so many thoughts come. And there is this consciousness observing these thoughts. But if you are interested in these thoughts, you will never be able to witness these thoughts. How do we know we are showing interest in these thoughts? Thoughts go on multiplying. I press the accelerator and the thoughts multiply. How do I press the accelerator? By showing interest in these thoughts. Showing interest in these thoughts means what? I want to know more and more. I am interested in these thoughts. So when you show interest in the thoughts, thoughts will multiply. So this is how the vikshepa happens. Vikshepa means wandering. This is where vairagyam comes into picture. Dispassion. The moment mind understands you are not showing interest in the content, mind becomes silent. Then the Rishi blesses. Swastivav paraya tamasav parastat. May you be blessed. May you cross over this tamas, world of ignorance, world of illusion. So according to spirituality, the whole world is a world of illusion only. For ignorant people, this is true, this is real, this is everything. There is nothing higher than this. They are the ones who are described earlier. Avidyayam antare vartamanaha swayam dhiraha panditam manyamanaha dandramyamanaha pariyanti mudhaha andhenaiva niyamana yathandaha. You remember? Second section. Description of worldly people. This alone is real. What I see alone is real. There is nothing more. What is a Rishi saying? Tamasaf parasta. This is tamas. You see the difference? Both of them are human beings. Both of them are living in the world. One says this alone is real, nothing else is real. Other says the whole thing is unreal. Get out of this as early as possible. You see the difference? There is a difference. Jnana tapas. The difference. The difference is in knowledge. One doesn't know, the other knows. See the huge difference. One sees the world is everything. Other says world is nothing. That is the glory of knowledge. Continuing, verse number 7, page 98. Yes sarvajña sarvavit yasyesha mahima bhuvi divye brahmapure heshah vyomnyatma pratisthitah manomaya pranasharirneta pratisthitone hridayam sannidhaya tadvijñānena paripashyanti dhīrāः ānandarūpamamrutam yadvibhāti yes sarvajña sarvavit yasyesha mahima bhuvi divye brahmapure heshah vyomnyatma pratisthitah manomayah pranasharirneta pratisthitone hridayam sannidhaya tadvijñānena paripashyanti dhīrāः ānandarūpamamrutam yadvibhāti. Yah sarvajñah sarvavit. Earlier also it has come. Sarvajña means what? Knowing everything in general. Horizontal. Then sarvavit, vertical. Everything in particular. Samanyena sarvam janati iti sarvajñah. Visheshena sarvam janati iti sarvavit. So that Bhagavan, yasya esha mahima bhuvi, his glory is what is seen in the whole world. So what is that Bhagavan's glory? So Bhagavan Shankaracharya explodes in poetic beauty. I'll read some paragraph here. What is that Bhagavan's glory? Yasya ime dyava prathivyo shasane vidhrute tishthatah. He under whose sway the heaven and the earth are held in position. Surya Chandramasau yasya sasane alata chakravat ajasram brahmatah. Under whose rule the sun and the moon rotate continuously like firebrands. Yasya sasane saritah sagarascha swagocharam na atikramanti. Under whose command the rivers and the oceans don't transcend their limits. Tatha sthavaram jangamam cha yasya shasane niyatam. Under whose authority the moving and the unmoving are directed. Meaning, every being remain in their own respective places. A cow eats only grass. The dog, the cow, all those beings remaining in their own limits, in their own places. So there is some power which is keeping all of them together. Savaram jangamam. Tatha kartarah karmani phalam cha yat shasanat swam kalam na ativartante. Karta, karma, karma phala. Whoever is the karta, he gets the karma phala at the right time. Even by mistake, the karma phala doesn't go to somebody else. No such mistakes happen. So this is the mahima of the Lord. Everything perfect. Everything perfect. So if there is a perfect law administrator, you can imagine that is the glory of that Lord. He is not only a lawmaker, but also a perfect law administrator. This is Bhagavan's glory. And where is he? Divye Brahmapure Heshah Vyomni Atma Pratishtitah. In that heart space, Vyomni. And what is this heart space? So here it is said Brahmapuri. It is a residence, it is a city of Brahman. Brahman is residing in our heart. So therefore it is Brahmapuri. Heart is called Brahmapuri. Divya, luminous city of Brahman it is. Manomaya prana sharira neta. Neta means leading, guiding, enlivening. What does he enliven? Sharira, body and prana. The pancha pranas are functioning so perfectly in this body. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritaha Prana Panu Samokrutva Pachamyannam Chadurvidam. Even now he is busy. Whatever we have eaten, he is digesting. Prana Sharira Neta. Because he is so alert, agile, active, we are all alive. But where is he? Manomaya, clothed in the mind. In all our thoughts he is present. Manomaya. Or rather, that consciousness now gets identified with worries, anxieties, etc. And now he appears to be like thoughts, worries, anxieties, emotions. Consciousness identified with the thought becomes the thought. Manomaya. He is ever with us, but we are never feeling his presence. Manomaya. Pratishtitaha anne hridayam sannidhaya. Making the heart as its place of establishment. He is residing in this body. Annam means here body. Physical body is called annam. Pratishtitaha anne. So what happens when we direct our attention to him? When we start paying attention to his presence. Tad vitnyanena paripashyanti dhiraha. With this self-knowledge, with this paravidya, that dhira, the wise person, see him, experience him. And what is his nature? Anandarupam amrutam yad vibhati. Who is Anandarupam amrutam? Who is immortal, who is blissful. So this is what you have to do, shifting our attention to him. And remember, that itself is the greatest bhakti according to Ramana Maharshi. Bhavashunya sat bhavasusthitihi bhavana balad bhaktiruttama. Bhaktiruttama. This is Uttama Bhakti. What is it? Bhavashunya sat bhavasusthiti. Firm abidance in that consciousness. That itself is the greatest devotion. Many times we misunderstand devotion to be a lot of crying and weeping. Whenever we say devotion, hairs have to stand on end, tears have to flow. Not necessary. Abidance in consciousness is bhakti. How that bhakti expresses itself, it's up to person. In some people it may be through emotion, but in some people it will be through paying attention. Paying attention is the most important. That is the expression of love. What you love, you pay attention. May express as tears or it may not express it. That is not important. Okay. Then as this practice goes on, what happens to such a person? Next verse, verse number 8, page number 100. Bhedyate hridaya granthihi Chidyante sarva samshayaha क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिः छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे. Yes. Tasmin drishte. Tasmin drishte. When we start abiding in that consciousness, what happens? Bhidyate hridaya granthihi. The hridaya granthi, the knots of the heart, bhidyate, they are cut as under, destroyed. So what is the hridaya granthi? What is that ignorance? See, granthi means a knot. So how do you create a knot? Take two rope and then tie, isn't it? That's how you create a knot. Granthi means knot. So in all of us, there is a knot there in the heart, an unseen knot. So what are the two entities which has come together, got mixed up? A knot is like that. See, when you see the knot, you don't know which part belongs to which rope. So the two things which we get totally messed up is consciousness and matter. You see? Consciousness and matter. One thing superimposes its property on the other thing. The other thing superimposes its property on this thing. That is called as granthi. Body, what is its property? Made of 5 elements. It has to be inert, but now it is alive. That enlivening aspect or the sentiency aspect of the body belongs to whom? Consciousness. But now that is projected upon the body. Consciousness by itself is formless, but now the body appears. So consciousness appears with the form. You see this? That is called as mixture, granthi. Total messed up. The common traditional example is a red crystal. Crystal by itself has no color, but when a red cloth is put next to it, that crystal appears red. Another example is a red hot iron ball. Fire is formless, but when it occupies that red iron ball, now the fire appears round. Iron by itself is dark in color and cold to touch. But it takes up the property of fire and says, I am red, I am hot. So this is called as superimposition of properties. So this is the hridaya granthi now. Consciousness is seen with form. Inert body is seen alive. And then we say, this is my husband, this is my wife, this is my children, these are my grandparents. What are you talking? There are only two entities, 5 elements and consciousness. Consciousness is the same, 5 elements also same. Some form this matter took, and now you are carried away by the names and forms, illusory names and forms made of 5 elements. Not only in the world, about ourselves also. This is me. So this notion, wrong notion, is called as hridaya granthi. So what happens when knowledge dawns? Bhidyate hridaya granthihi. Gone. And the moment this hridaya granthi goes, you know consciousness as consciousness, matter as matter. There is no mixed up. Knot is gone. You have removed it. You are seeing things as it is. The moment you do this, what happens? Chidyante sarva samshaya. All doubts gone. You come to know, actually speaking, there is no matter. There is only consciousness. Matter is an illusion. Chidyante sarva samshaya. All doubts. Doubts are regarding what? Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. All doubts gone. Now what is the only knowledge? Jiva doesn't exist. Jagat doesn't exist. There is only Ishvara, which is consciousness. Then what happens to your karma? Sanchita, prarabdha, agami, kshiyante chasya karmani. All karmas are also gone. Why? All karmas are hanging upon ego. What is ego? Mix of consciousness and matter is called ego. Confusion regarding consciousness and matter. That is ego. The moment you see consciousness as consciousness and matter as illusion, ego is no more. It has no existence at all. How can the real and unreal coexist? Ego is gone. And when the ego is gone, karta is gone, karma is gone, karma phala is gone, everything is gone. Everything is hanging on this ego. Kshiyante chasya karmani. All the karma phalas are for the ego. Ego is dead. It becomes non-existent. Thus, karmas are also gone. This is what happens. Tasmin drishte para avare. What is para here? Consciousness. What is avara? Matter. The moment you see consciousness and matter, the reality of it, para avare, everything becomes clear. This is the glory of jnana tapas. You see the glory of jnanam? Paravidya. A very simple example, Vedanta says, the moment you see the rope, that's all. Chidyante sarva samshaya, kshiyante chasya karmani. Otherwise you are going to take one lathi to hit the snake. All karmas gone, all confusions, worries, anxieties. The moment you see the thing as it is, over. The glory of jnana. Continuing. 9, page number 102. Hiranmaye pare koshe virajam brahma nishkalam tachubhram jyotisham jyotihi tadyatma vido viduhu hiranmaye pare koshe virajam brahma nishkalam tachubhram jyotisham jyotihi tadyatma vido viduhu. So the next question is, Bhagavan, where should I start from? Tell me the starting point. I understand the moment consciousness matter is understood, everything is clear, fine, but where should I start? Hiranmaye pare koshe. Start from here. What does it mean? Hiranmaye pare koshe. Kosha means what? A sheath. What kind of sheath is it? A golden sheath. Hiranmaya kosha it is. What is a sheath? So we have studied so many sheaths. What are the panchakoshas? Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Jnanamaya and Anandamaya kosha. Now this is a sixth kosha. What is this kosha? Hiranmaya kosha. What is kosha? Kosha is a sheath. So just like a sword is covered in the sheath, in the same way, there is a sheath in which Brahman is covered. covered in the sense, here what you have to understand is that sheath is carrying the truth. That is the meaning. More than covering, it is carrying. So just like that, the sheath of the sword, it carries the sword. In the same way, there is a sheath which carries the truth. So what is that sheath? Consciousness, awareness. Yes, sheath is consciousness. I mean, in the sense, see, it is not consciousness. It is that awareness because of which you are aware of the world. There is an awareness, isn't it? That awareness is the sheath. Sheath means what? It carries the truth. That is the point. Not hides the truth. Kosham means what? It has something in it, isn't it? That's the meaning you have to take. A very unique meaning is taken here. We completely ignore the glory of that ability to be conscious. So what is being said here is, we are all conscious, isn't it? That conscious, being conscious, there is something which that ability to being conscious carries. What is that? Virajam Brahma Nishkalam. It is not a part of this world. That ability to be conscious, to be aware, that ability is carrying in its own bosom the truth. And that Brahman is Virajam, free from all impurity. Meaning, it is free from matter. Matter is the impurity. Virajam Nishkalam, without any division, indivisible. Here, the instruction is shift your attention to that light of consciousness. With the faith in the teaching that this consciousness is Brahman. This is the starting point. Starting point always should be practical, doable. So this is something which we can do. What is that to be done? So while transacting in the world, our mind is conscious of so many things, beings, situations, happenings. Pay attention to that awareness in the light of which everything happens. You see, in the room, is there electricity or not? What do? Switch on the light, switch on the fan and look. So when you are looking at the light, what are you actually looking? You are looking at the light, but you are paying attention to the unseen electricity. Isn't it? You are looking at the seen light, but you are paying attention to unseen electricity. So we can say that light is the sheath in which electricity is hidden. Got it? That is the sheath. Hiranmaye pare koshe. You are looking at the light, but actually are you paying attention to light? No. Your mind is somewhere else. Is electricity there or not? That is where your mind is. So that light is hiding something. It is not seen, but with the eye of wisdom you see it. That which is unseen is covered in seen. That is a kosha here. Got the kosha? Don't get trapped by the kosha. Go inside the kosha. You look out, but your attention is in. You are looking at the drishya vastu, but your attention is upon the drashta. Looking at the seen, but your attention is upon the unseen. And who is that unseen observer? Virajam Brahma Nishkalam, Tachubram, pure, untainted by matter. Shubram, Jyotisham, Jyoti, it is a light of all lights. Tad yad Atma Vidaha Viduhu. This is what the knower of the self knows. So now they have used the term Jyotisham, Jyotihi, light of all lights. Oh Lord, what do you mean? Here comes a famous verse. Verse number 10, page number 105. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantamanubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantamanubhati sarvam tasya bhasa. Yes, na tatra suryah bhati, there the sun doesn't shine. Na chandra tarakam, not the moon, nor the stars. Na ima vidyutah, not these flashes of lightnings. Kutaha, I am Agni. Then what to talk of this fire? I am Agni. This fire. This fire means what? The person who is saying he is in front of fire, that means. Means what? He is doing the Arati. So this is the Arati prayer. Oh Lord, you cannot be illumined by sun, moon, stars, lightning, then what to talk of this fire? So he is showing Arati. Bhagavan, how foolish I am. I am trying to see you with this light. So in all the old traditional South Indian temples, if you see, North Indian I don't know, South Indian for sure, all the Garbhagraha, sanctum sanctorum is dark. You can't see what is there inside. Only when that arati is done, you see something. So this fire is used to see the Lord in the sanctum sanctorum. So at that time this mantra is chanted. Bhagavan, how foolish I am. I have created darkness and now I am trying to see you by lighting this lamp. So therefore, Kutaha, I am Agnihi. What to talk of this light? Then who are you? Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. You alone shine, and in your light everything else shines. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. In your light everything shines. So Bhagavan is called here as Jyotisham Jyotihi. So what is a light? We have discussed this many times. What is a light? Light is that in the presence of which a thing is seen. So in this context, that is the definition we will take. Light is that in the presence of which a thing is seen. So in that sense, sun is a light, fire is a light, lightning, because in their presence, things are seen. So who is Bhagavan? Light of all lights. In that presence of consciousness, it is not just the outer light which you see. You see your thoughts. You see sense perceptions. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, everything you see. That is why it is Jyotisham Jyotihi, light of all lights. You see your emotions, you see your intentions, everything you see. Even the external light you see because of the light of consciousness. So this is the definition of the Lord. Jyotisham Jyotihi. It is there in everyone in equal measure. Nobody can say Bhagavan is partial. Bhagavan is impartial in the sense He is there in everyone. Then why is it that some people become blessed ones? They chose to pay attention to Him. That's it. Majority ignore Him. Very few blessed ones pay attention to Him, and that makes the whole difference. So who are the blessed ones? Those who never ignore Him, those who listen to Him, pay attention to Him. Obedient, good children they are. Everywhere, obedient, good children are always blessed. They get all the property of their parents also. Isn't it? When children are disobedient, arrogant, their own parents don't write their will in their name. In the same way, Bhagavan is Sarvajna, Sarvavit, everything. And He is ready to give everything to us because we are His rightful children. We have the birthright to claim everything what Bhagavan has. But then what is the condition? Bow down to Him. Be humble. Be grateful. Be good children. That's all what is needed. He will give everything. So easy it is, isn't it? Very easy actually. Very, very easy. Be good children. That's all what is needed. So now the last verse saying that this light alone is the truth of the whole world. Verse number 11, page number 107. Brahmaivedamamritam purastat Brahma paschad Brahma dakshinaschotarena adhaschordhvam cha prasrutam Brahmaivedam vishwamidam varishtham Brahmaivedam amritam purastat Brahma paschad Brahma dakshinaschotarena adhaschordhvam cha prasrutam Brahmaivedam vishwamidam varishtham. Brahma eva idam. All this is that immortal Brahman alone. Brahma purastat. He alone is in the front. Brahma paschat. He alone is behind. Brahma dakshinaha. He is on the right. Brahma uttarena. He is on the left. Adhascha urdhvam cha prasritam. He alone is spread above and below. Varishtam Brahma eva idam vishwam. The whole world is Brahman alone. Kasminnu bhagavan vidnyate sarvavidam vidnyatam bhavati. What is that one thing you know, everything is known? This is Brahman, because there is only Brahman. A question may come, Bhagavan, I understand, but you said shift the attention to consciousness. I am not able to understand what is it. So how to prepare the mind to do this subtle shifting of attention? Preparation of the mind. Many times people don't understand because it's a very subtle thing. There are certain things which cannot be described because it is an intuitive ability of the mind. Intuitive ability of a pure mind. Then abilities of a pure mind is not available for a gross mind. So how to prepare the mind for this shift of attention? How to purify the mind? How should we live? That is the next topic which comes in the next section. We will take it in the next class. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.